to Veterans Air, the Veterans Hour. We're coming to you live today from downtown Conroe. It's a wonderful day. Get out there and enjoy the sunshine, but don't do it during my show. I'm your host, DouglasB, and along with my co-host, Dangerous Dan, the Muffin Man.
Hey, hey, hey.
We are live first Tuesday of every month at 1 p.m. And Dick's saying, is that better? Thank you, Dick. What was I saying? Oh, we're live the first Tuesday of every month here on your Lone Star Community Radio.
That's right.
As always, we got to do the little housekeeping stuff. You can contact us through our website, www.VeteransAir.us. You can leave us a message there, or better yet, you text us right now, live, in the studio on our Google phone. The number is 936-344-3083.
Yep. It can also be found on the website, I think.
Did I put it on the website?
Pretty sure.
Damn, I'm good. Dan, I see a bag there next to the Constitution.
Yes.
What is in that bag?
Texas tornadoes, Doug.
Texas tornadoes? What's a Texas tornado?
It's like a cookie with fudge in the middle, except it's huge.
A cookie?
A cookie.
You know, everyone listening to the sound of my voice, I'm going to let you know right now, if you have not learned by now in your life, there is never a wrong time for a cookie. We shall eat the cookies. Where'd you get the cookies?
Montgomery Bakehouse.
Montgomery Bakehouse. They are quickly becoming our favorite. We always go there. They're our go-to bakery. They're good. I really do like them.
Yeah, they have a very large selection of bakery stuff.
Hey, baking people out there, baking companies, if you have a bakery in here around Conroe, why don't you jump on over to the website, VeteransAir.us, and say hello so we know where you're at so we can come review your baked goods online.
Yes.
Today we have a very special guest with us.
Is it me?
It is you. Because you're looking so good.
Oh,
I like your beard, your summer beard is coming in nice.
Yes. Yes, I can't wait to shave it off and be called Babyface.
You do have a baby face.
Oh, thanks.
A couple of weeks ago, somebody posted to my Facebook page this song for veterans called Hallelujah. And a veteran wrote it by the name of Sailor Jerri. And I contacted Sailor Jerri, and I talked to her, and I said, I have to get you on the radio show. I have to get you to sing this on the radio show.
Is there any relation to the alcohol?
You know, I don't know. I asked her if it was relation to the tattoos, and she said no, but that's a good question in the interview. You should bring that up. Ask her because of that. So Jerri is on the line, and if you've been following the Facebook page for Veterans Air, you've already heard her rendition of Hallelujah, the Veterans rendition. But those of you who have not, I'm going to play it. We're going to play that next, coming up in like 30 seconds or so.
Just for me.
And I caution you, though, if you are driving, you're going to want to pull over and listen to this because the lyrics are that powerful. And should I cry? Dangerous Dan won't because he's a tough guy. But should you see a tear running down my face during this, please excuse me. So, without further ado, Sailor Jerri is making her radio debut of Hallelujah exclusively here on Veterans Air.
You packed your bags and shut the door. You crossed the sea to fight a war. You didn't know just what would happen to you. Stepped in the dirt, boots on the ground, and gunfire was the only sound. And to yourself you whispered hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Every day and every night, you walk the walk, you fight the fight. You never saw the end in sight, now did ya? The days of washing our hairs of red, the blood, the mud, too many dead. Your
there you have it. Hallelujah by Sailor Jerri. What'd you think, Dan?
Moving.
Told you it would be.
Yeah.
Jerri, are you there? Jerri?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Welcome. Jerri is a proud Navy veteran. She is a singer-songwriter, a graphic artist, a mom, and a staunch veterans advocate. Jerri, welcome to Veterans Air.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Dan has a question. We were talking about this before.
Yes. Any relation to the alcohol?
Other than the fact that I'm a sailor, so I've been known to throw a few back. No relation other than that.
Jerri, before we get into your interview, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for your service to your country.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Being a veteran, I'm going to have to ask the obvious question, because this song is very moving. Like I said the first time that I heard it, a tear did come to my eye. How did you come about to write this song? What made you want to do this?
Well, I have been a part of veteran groups for about 3.5 years as an admin on different social medias, and on some of the sites that I'm on, I sing for the guys, and they would request different songs, and over the course of the 3.5 years, I've just heard a lot of their stories. I'm, not a combat vet personally, but a lot of veterans won't talk to people who aren't vets about things that they've been through, and since I'm a veteran, they tell me all these stories, and so when they asked me if I would learn Hallelujah and sing it for them, I said, yeah, I'll learn it, and so I went to learn it, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna rewrite it, and so that's it. I just took their stories, and I took a song that they loved, and I just rewrote it for them, and then I'm in Covert Ops. Girls for Gunslingers Covert Ops is one of the groups, the specific one that asked me to sing it, and so they really just prompted it, and then I posted it. At that point, I've sang my whole life, but I stopped for a while, and I really started up again somewhat recently, and it was because of them, and so I posted it for them literally hours after I wrote the lyrics. And so the one that everybody watched was just me in my living room, and I posted it for them, and then they just shared it, and it kind of went crazy. So
you say that you're part of Covert Ops and whatnot. What were those websites again? Give them a shout out.
Girls for Gunslingers is a page on Facebook, and that is just kind of it's not just military. It's how it started was a really good friend of mine has a husband who is in the military, and when he was overseas, she is almost 6 years ago now started this page, Girls for Gunslingers, and really it was just hot chicks because he was military. And so when he got bored over there, he would jump on the page and whatever, and so that's how it started. But what it turned into is this huge network. I mean, there's 600,000 people there. We have various private groups that are 90% either veteran, LEO, like law enforcement, or firefighters, first responders. And it turned into this huge support network. So when you jump on the Girls for Gunslingers specifically, I mean, it's there's a lot of support there too, but it's a lot of whatever, just random pictures and stuff. But then when you get into the guts of it, it's this huge support network where we have the ability to take classes for suicide prevention and how to talk to people if we want. We have this huge network across the nation. And so if someone posts up, in one of these groups and is like, I'm really having a bad day or a dark time, they will have phone calls and messages. And I mean, just the outpouring of response is huge, just saying, hey man, we're here for you. Or I always say man and guy, but ladies too, there's single combat vets now, but it means everyone. And
so this is Facebook.com Girls for Gunslingers?
Girls for Gunslingers, yep, is the main page. And then if you're military, the LEO, first responder and stuff, you have to request to get into the Covert Ops or the other groups like that. And we work with other groups too. I mean, there's a lot of military groups online, and we pretty much have a decent, it's not decent, a great relationship with most of them. And so there's a lot of people who float between the groups, but there's about 7 admin who really focus on those groups, and it's just like a huge family. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody kind of just supports everybody else, and
Well, let me do this.
And over.
let me do this.
Mhm.
Dan,
Doug.
little girl is our Facebook admin. Is she
Yes. She will be listening right now.
not? Little girl, if you're listening, I want you to go find Girls for Gunslingers on Facebook and link it to our Facebook page. And everybody out there, if you're trying to find out where this is, give us a little bit, and little girl, our admin, she will have it linked over onto VeteransAir's Facebook page, and we'll put it on the website, VeteransAir.us.
That'd be awesome.
I saw the video. That's how I found you, is by the video and doing a search. And I checked it out again last night. Do you know how many views you have, Jerri?
No, I stopped looking because no, I don't. I'm not even sure where it's at right now. Actually, I just kind of stopped.
As of
watching.
Sunday night, you have 14,911 views off of your original YouTube post.
Yeah, well, the
You're going
funny
viral.
thing is,
You're going viral.
well, the video on Facebook was viewed 6 million times in the first 6 days.
Wow.
And yeah, I didn't even the YouTube one was posted after I posted it on Facebook, and so I didn't link it right because obviously I didn't do it properly, and so the YouTube one didn't even get, I mean, a millisecond of the traffic. The Facebook one is the one that most people have seen. So I that's great that you saw the YouTube one, but when I started to literally want to throw up a little bit because I was like, it was nerve-wracking.
So
Is,
that was
first night.
that was my next question. You've
Yeah.
gone viral here. You have 6 million on your Facebook page, over 14,000
Yeah.
on your YouTube. Somebody has made another rendition of yours. I guess it would be like a PowerPoint presentation, a slide presentation to go along with your words.
Yeah.
A
Yep.
montage.
He asked.
That has
Yeah.
2,500 views as of Sunday. How do you feel about all this sudden fame?
Well, the first day was panic, honestly, because I kept, Sailor Jerri is the alter ego that I've had for 3.5 years because, we just, it's, on there, and some of my family knows I do the veteran stuff still, like I'm on these pages, the support groups and stuff. And but I kept it like super separate. And so that I woke up the morning after I posted the Facebook one. And like I said, like I'm a super loud person, and I have I just don't care what people think, except singing in front of people has been like my one anxiety. And I do it anyways because I love to do it. And but everybody has something that kind of gives them some anxiety. And so like I said, I stopped singing, and the guys really pushed me to start doing it again. So when the next morning, I got a bunch of messages from my hometown that said, "Hey, there's this girl online with a different name, and it looks just like you." And I was like, "Oh, well, cat's out of the bag now." So it was kind of panic because it was a lot, and then it just kind of snowballed. And when it hit, hit 1 million, hit 2 million, hit 3 million, I don't know, like it teetered between super excited because I sing and that's fantastic, and then to panic. So I know, which is crazy, but that's exactly how it was.
I can appreciate that, and I can appreciate how busy you must have become over this. But you're really good with your messages. When I instant message you, you're like,
Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Johnny. So you should be Jerri on the spot.
Jerri on the spot.
I didn't know sailors knew how to do those technical things.
Yeah,
sorry.
I jumped on. Well, because the reason I tried to stay up on the messages is because there was a lot of messages, but a lot of them were, thanks for your service, thanks for posting, and those I replied to also. But there were messages in there that needed a reply. Like on the Gunslinger pages, there's a lot of people. There's chatter. Everybody's friends. There's chatter, but there's messages that you have to get back to somebody because they need it. And I was like, okay, if anybody who knows that I'm on both, do that too, they might message here. And if I miss that in this sea of hey, good jobs, that would be, I can't do that. So all the replies were myself, but after about 4 days, I have, one of my sisters jumped on there with me, and she didn't do any replies, but she scanned through, and she's like, okay, this person, you need a message. So at least I knew I didn't miss anybody, which maybe sounds crazy, but that matters to me. And a lot of the messages were from veterans, obviously, but from families too that are, I got a message 3 days after I posted it from a mom who said my son committed suicide 3 days ago, probably right around the day I posted it, and she's like, "Would you come and sing the funeral?" And I was like, I couldn't. I mean, like, I couldn't make it, but I was just that's crazy and it's powerful, and I knew that I had to make sure I stayed up on it because I couldn't miss something like that.
We feel the
So
same way, Dan and
Yeah.
I. And we do have the suicide prevention hotline.
That's right.
But sometimes that hotline can fail you. And
yeah,
sometimes, even though you've never met a person, you listen to them. You know their voice when it comes across the airwaves to you. And that can bring a little bit of comfort. And that's why we have a dedicated Google phone number of 936-344-3083. And we put this out at every show. That if you've tried the suicide hotline, can't get through, put you on hold, you just don't want to talk to them, Dan and I are available to you, absolutely positively. You text that number, and Dan or I are going to get back to you. We're going to text you back.
right.
It may be 2 o'clock in the morning, so you might have to text twice because I'm asleep, but we're going to get back to you because we've been there. We've done that.
Yes. Found
Yep.
it.
That's exactly how we feel. Like, as a group, the whole Gunslinger group is, and it's such a good, it's such a good group. I keep going back to them, but that's how it started. And if you, sometimes we even get overwhelmed because we have 600,000 followers, so sometimes it gets a lot. And so, but the group is so good. Like, if you're like, hey, I'm in the, I have whatever today, I can't really stay on top of anything, so somebody needs to pick up the slack. And everybody's great. And then we have members that are longtime members who are just as good as the people who actually run it. And so, we just want to make sure that everybody, gets replied to and gets back. Somebody gets back to you, so that we make sure you're okay.
See, and after I talked to you the first time, that's why I was so adamant and bugged you continuously. Are you coming on the show? Are you coming on the show? Are you coming on the show?
Yeah.
Because it is important for veterans and for the families of veterans that there's somebody out there that has similar experiences, that's worn the uniform, that stood on the wall. And sometimes it's easier to relate to that person,
Yeah.
though you're not sitting across the table with them. Sometimes it's easier to relate to them because they have a shared experience. And groups such as you're admitting there, Girls for Gunslingers, and we got to check that out because Jerry says there's hot chicks on there.
That's where she had me.
It's gonna be. What's so funny about it is that anybody who just fell onto the page is not gonna see what I'm describing. They're gonna say, yeah, it's a bunch of, hot smoking hot chicks, and just funny stuff. But let's be real. How do you draw on veterans? Hot chicks in the booth. It is what it is. We're not stupid. We're great marketers. That's how we snag you. But once we've got you, then you find out, oh my God, these guys are really here for me if I need something. So, anybody who's listening and who jumps on it, because one thing, like I said, I'm gonna give them a shout out every day of the week, even though I had almost 100% veterans following me at the beginning, and now I have a lot of moms and grandmas, and so I've kind of cut down on the swearing a little bit because I'm trying to be respectful of the moms and the grandmas who are listening to me now.
Yeah, we have a mic off button for when we do that here. We really need a bleep button, but our engineer over there, smirking engineer Dick, won't invest in a bleep button for us. He's just shaking his head, smiling, going, "No."
I need one. But when you go to that page, you're gonna say, "What? This girl's crazy." There's not others, but it is. Like, if you message the page, if you get into the groups, it's just this huge Fortnite work. But we're not, like I said, we're smart. We know how we're gonna lure in vets. Hot chicks and alcohol. It is what it is. We're not dumb. So,
we have a blue ribbon panel of dysfunctional veterans that we convene here every once in a while to talk about very specific topics. And we're all guys except for DV Tanya, who's a female. And dysfunctional veteran panel, if you're listening, I encourage you all to go over to Girls for Gunslingers, and we're going to check this out. We're going to do a review of this page on our next show.
Oh, sweet.
Jerry, I want to ask you. So, we're in the Navy. What'd you do in the Navy?
I was an aviation mechanic, so I worked primarily on F-18s.
Huey.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a female Huey. Huey, if you're out there, we found your counterpart for you. Sorry, Huey's a friend of ours.
Oh, cool.
So you were stationed on an aircraft carrier?
Well, I was stationed. It doesn't work like that exactly. I was stationed in a squadron. VFA 83 Rampagers, go ram on, see in case those guys are listening. And but we then would attach to the carrier. Like a squadron is attached to like a Oceana is where I was in Virginia Beach, and then when they needed you on the carrier, you would go out. So I was out on the Reagan for a while, but mostly, I mean, you're on the ground because you're not stationed to a ship specifically. So I was stationed to a set of jets, and then when you need to go out to the carrier, you went. So I've been on the carrier, but I wasn't technically stationed on it.
I have no idea. I was in the real service. I was in the Army.
Yeah.
10th Mountain. Climb to glory, boys. Climb to glory.
Almost as cool as the Navy.
Yeah. And Doug, how long was Desert Storm? Just throwing that out there.
Dick, can I say eat me on the air?
What was it? 3 weeks?
Eat me,
Oh,
Dan.
okay.
Eat me.
Technically swearing. I think you're good.
I have to check with Dan because with Dick there, our wonderful engineer, because I don't want to get the station shut down.
Yes, the city is
Right.
all over us.
Yes, did I tell you that this is recorded and it goes on the city's TV station?
No.
Congratulations, you're making your radio and TV debut on Lone Star Community Radio and Veterans Air.
Well, that's awesome.
We're going to
Pretty
make you
excited
famous.
about that.
We're going to, how much time do I have here, Dick? I got like 5 minutes left, right? Good. So within 5 minutes, I got to talk to you about your lyrics, because that's what this song is about. It's about the lyrics.
That's right.
And how they're powerful and they touch so many on different levels. Dan and I are from different wars, same geographical area in the world, but different
More or
wars.
less.
Well, if they let us finish it the first time, you wouldn't have had to go over there. So I'm sorry.
I mean, you're not wrong.
There's still sand in my PB&J after all these years. It sometimes, as a veteran, you get so wrapped up in reliving what you did or what you didn't do that you can't find an escape by yourself. And this song that you've written here, these lyrics, reach on so many different levels. And for me, it makes me go, you know what? There's a world out there larger than me. There's others out there that I can help. And I think that when we have people like yourself, veterans like yourself, that do these things, that give of themselves to the veterans community, that's very, very important and very, I don't have the word that makes you give you a warm fuzzy as a veteran, knowing that there's another veteran out there that's doing this for you. Because you can pick up the phone book, you can jump on the internet, you can find literally hundreds of governmental support groups and agencies and whatnot. And I recently had a veteran come to me and say, Doug, yeah, I realize that I do need therapy. And I've tried it. And it's just not for me. And after talking for a while, I came to find out that the reason it's not for them is because the therapist, as talented as they are, might not be able to relate to the veteran.
Right.
And this is why I think support groups such as Girls for Gunslingers, even though it's not an official support group, I think that places and pages like this do a world of good in the veterans community. Because sometimes you wake up in the morning and you go, damn, I just don't want to deal today.
This bed looks awful good. Don't want to get up. Just want to lay here and do nothing.
Yeah, and they're like today. I just did not want to get out of bed, but I had to because I already wrote up the show, so I had to get to it.
You were stuck.
I was stuck. I lost my train of thought. Dan, what was I talking about?
I don't know.
You're so helpful.
I try.
What you were talking about lyrics. One thing I think is it was so cool about the song that I did not anticipate, and I keep saying it, and I will continue, is the families who have connected with it, because I got a message from a wife whose husband has since passed, and she said he came back. I want to say he was a Vietnam vet. I would have to go back and look. And she said when he came back, he was different. She goes, I didn't know how to deal with it. It was whatever. And she's like, had I had this 20 years ago, I don't know what he went through. I didn't go through what he went through, but she's like, this made me sit back and say, okay, now I have an idea. And if it helps, I mean, we all are here to help each other. All the veterans help each other, but they also have to deal with their families. And if it helps families deal with the veterans and the communication, that is huge for me, because I didn't expect it. I expected the guys to message me and be like, hey, I relate, in some ways, just their words I used. But I didn't expect I had a girl who messaged, she's a daughter, and she said, when my dad came back, he was this way, and I always thought, what am I doing? And she goes, then I listened, and I thought, God, maybe I didn't know what he was dealing with, and he didn't know how to deal with it, and she's like, it really helped me see, okay, this is part of the issue we're having, and he's also dealing with that. And so that was just huge to me, that if it helps families connect with their vets and and vice versa, man, that's going to open a door that maybe we didn't have before, and I think that's great.
I think so too.
That's one thing I always worry about is how my PTSD will affect my kids later on in life.
Right.
We're gonna have to take a short break here for news, traffic, and weather, and station identification. I've always wanted to say that. Stand by for the station identification. Do you like my radio voice? But when we come back, we're gonna take a short break. When we come back, Jerri, hang on. I have one more question for you about your lyrics, and then we'll let you go, and we'll get on the rest of the show. Dick, you ready? Dick says, I'm always ready. You're the one I'm waiting for. He's quiet today. He won't talk to us. We'll be right back. You're listening to Veterans Air. Welcome back to Veterans Air. I listened to that. We have call letters now? We have call sign?
We do. The only issue is they're tongue twisters, so I don't really like saying them that much. That's why we record them.
That was fantastic. Wow, we're like professional.
Almost.
During the break, Dan and I and Engineer Dick, we broke into our Texas Tornado cookies from the Montgomery Bakehouse on 240 Longmire Road here in Conroe. And Montgomery Bakehouse, if you're listening, one word about your cookies for today: yum. Jerri, you still with us?
I sure am.
Jerri, during the break, Dan and I were going, we have one more question for her. Dan, do you have a question? He said, as a matter of fact, I do.
I do. So with your newfound fame, how do you balance your internet presence with your everyday life? How hard is that?
It hasn't been too bad, mostly because I don't have a regular job. It's like I'm a firearms instructor, so I teach classes. I teach people how to shoot, and I do it kind of on my own schedule. So that has been wonderful, because if I had, a regular, a typical 9-to-5 job, it would have been so much harder. I wouldn't have been able to stay up on it. And so it's really been, it hasn't been too bad. And I do have a family, and they are super great and supportive. And so that has been helpful. But yeah, it's been pretty great. And, they know that I do the whole veteran thing online. And I mean, even my kids, they know what I do. And so there's been times when I'm, on a phone call or whatever, and, they want something, and I'm like, hey, this is one of the important ones. And they're like, oh, okay. I mean, they're, my son's only 10, but they know the importance of it, and they're like, all right, tell us when you're done. So they're crazy great. I mean, I don't deserve them. I wasn't a great kid. They're better than me. So
that's what I tell myself too.
Jerri.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I don't deserve my kid. But so it's been really great, because I couldn't have done it without, I couldn't be doing this. And then it's gotten a little wild now. I will be in Texas probably in November. I don't have all details hashed out, but now
Wait,
veteran
stop.
events,
Stop.
Yes.
If you're in Texas in November, we expect a live performance here at the radio station. Just want to let you know, we're going to put our plug in right now. We're just north of Houston. Stay in touch. We can make arrangements to make sure that you're here to do this. Jerri,
I would love to do that if I can arrange it.
we're getting short on time. I'm going to have to let you go, but I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us and talk to our listeners.
That's right.
And we are going to promote the veterans version of Hallelujah, because it is absolutely fantastic. And I hope to have
Thank
you
you
back
so
on the
much.
show again. I'm going to call you. Maybe you could be part of our dysfunctional veterans panel for our next talk.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yes.
And yeah, have everybody follow the Facebook page. It's Jerri with an I, so you don't mix me up with the tattoo artist who I love. And any any updates and stuff I'll put on there, and so you can kind of follow along with how it's going.
We'll have to send you some Sailor Jerri rum. But Jerri, again,
That would be great.
thank you for coming on the show, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
You have a good day. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Hey, Dan, it's
Doug.
May.
It's May.
It's May. And before I go any further, I've always wanted to do this. Hey, Mom, your birthday's coming up. Happy birthday, Mom. You know, get a shout out to Mom on the air. I love having my soapbox.
You're a better son than me.
Yes, everybody says that. I want you to know that. But you know what? Memorial Day is coming up. Did you know that?
Yes.
Do you know what day it's on?
No.
It's the 29th. I happen to have done some research on Memorial Day because Memorial Day is very important to veterans, and a lot of people get it confused. They think Memorial Day is the start of summer. No. Excuse me. Memorial Day is the day we set aside to remember our fallen veterans.
Isn't it called Armistice Day?
No.
No?
Something totally different.
That's
It used to be Remembrance Day or Decoration Day.
Okay.
Here, let me read this to you. Memorial Day is observed the last Monday in May and honors the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. Originally known as Decoration Day, it originated in the years following the Civil War and became an official holiday in 1971. Do you like my radio voice?
I do.
Many Americans observe Memorial Day by visiting cemeteries or memorials, holding family gatherings, and participating in parades. Unofficially, at least, Memorial Day marks the beginning of summer. The Civil War claimed more lives than any conflict in the U.S. history, requiring the establishment of the country's first national cemeteries. By the late 1860s, many towns and cities had begun holding springtime tribute to these countless fallen soldiers, decorating their graves with flowers and reciting prayers. In 1966, the federal government declared Waterloo, New York, the official birthplace of Memorial Day. Waterloo, which had first celebrated the day on May 5, 1866, was chosen because it hosted an annual community-wide event during which businesses closed and residents decorated the graves of soldiers with flowers and flags. Big difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Veterans Day, we honor the veterans, the living veterans. Memorial Day, we remember our fallen heroes. And it goes back to the Civil War, is when this started, when this country was tearing itself apart. And it makes me jump forward and think of today and the way this country is. You know, there was an act of Congress. Congress passed a law saying that soldiers that fought in the Civil War, both on the Union side and the Confederate side, are all U.S. veterans, regardless which side that you fought upon. So they're just as much a fallen hero as any of our other fallen heroes, regardless which side they stood on. Memorial Day was first known as Decoration Day and gradually became known to be honoring those that we lost during the Civil War. But during World War I, the United States found itself embroiled in another major conflict, and the holiday evolved to commemorate American military personnel who died in all wars. For decades, Memorial Day continued to be observed on May 30th. The date had been selected, that was the date that had been selected for Decoration Day. But in 1968, Congress passed the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, which established Memorial Day as the last Monday in May in order to create a 3-day weekend for federal employees, and the change went into effect in 1971. That same law also declared Memorial Day as a federal holiday. So there's a little trivia. I mean, well, how can we have 3-day weekends? Well, Congress passed a law
There
in
you go.
68, so we have 3-day weekends.
Anything to give them a day off.
So on the 29th of May, this country is going to pause and remember its fallen heroes, the men and women that served their country. And we need to stop and think here. Because I said this reminds me of today. It does. Because during the Civil War, the nation was tearing itself apart. And the common belief is that the nation was tearing itself apart over slavery. Yes, slavery was a big part of the Civil War. But the Civil War, the southern states decided to secede from the Union over political and economic differences. I want you to think about today, people. Economic and political differences are tearing this country apart. We are currently taking down Confederate memorials because we find them offensive.
You know who else rewrote history?
Who rewrote history?
The Nazis.
The Nazis
The
rewrote history.
commies, as my grandpa would say, those dirty commies.
You know, if we don't learn from history, we're bound to repeat history. So on Memorial Day today, Dan, what should we be doing on Memorial Day?
We should pause and take a moment to reflect.
Absolutely. And did you know that that's actually a part of the law? On Memorial Day, May 29th at 3 p.m., your local time, the whole nation stops and takes a minute in remembrance of our fallen. We have like 15 minutes left. He says I have 12 minutes left. Okay, I can do it in 12 minutes. Local announcements. We have to do local announcements. I'm going to go in reverse order because there's something that I want to do here. Veterans 101, resources you never knew existed. This happens the first Monday of every month from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And yes, we missed it. It's free, and it's open to veterans of all eras. They talk about such things as the Texas state benefits, how the VA works, and your local support organizations. It is held by the Tri-County Behavioral Health Care and the Military Veterans Peer Network. How you doing, Ashley? At 233 Sergeant Ed Holcomb here in Conroe. If you want information, give Ashley a call at 936-521-6132.
I will be doing that because I didn't know that existed.
I didn't know that existed until she sent it to me.
Aren't you part of the peer network, Doug?
Why, yes, I am, Dan. I am part of the Military Veteran Peer Network, and obviously I'm not doing my job very well.
I'll say.
Hey, we got a lot of things going on. So May 6th is the Defenders Challenge at 10 a.m., and the Defenders Challenge is for all military and first responders. It's a 7-on-7, 5 females and 5 males and 2 females team building challenge consisting of 5 different rigorous challenges with a barbecue. That's right, and it's held at Candy Cane Park. It's on May 6th at 10 a.m. They're trying to bring the local community together to cheer on the military and the first responders, these teams that are committing. For more information, please contact 936-756-7002. And it is organized by the Conroe VFW and the Armed Forces Recruiting Station. Hooah, guys, hooah. We also have, on May 11th, thank you, Keller Williams here in Conroe. Keller Williams will be holding their annual Keller Williams Red Day, Thursday, November 11th. The Keller Williams Conroe will be selling barbecue from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the VFW Post 4709 over on 1303 West Seaman Street. And they're going to raise money to build a well house for veteran Roberto Gonzalez. They're looking for food, cookies, cakes, items to sell, and volunteers. This event is going to be in the honor of Dana Cadell. And of course, Red Day 2015 t-shirts will be on sale. For more information, contact the VFW 4709 or give them a call at 936-525-3200. Did I miss anybody? Why, yes, I'm betting you that I missed a whole bunch of people. What else do we have going on? May 9th, American Legion, our sponsor. American Legion Post 411 will hold elections for post officers at the monthly members meetings. All members are encouraged to attend, and I really, if you're listening to me and you're an American Legion member, get on out there and put in your vote, because if you don't, you're going to get me as a commander for next year. So you better go out there and vote. May 14th is Mother's Day. May 14th is Mother's Day, Dan.
Yeah, you're looking at me.
Yes, I'm looking at you.
Okay.
Send your mom a card, or better yet, give her a call. She misses you. I love you, Mom. I do. And our Big E, yeah, smirk from Dick. Look at him. Look at him. Are you sending your mom a Mother's Day card? You shaking his head yes. You raised a good boy. You really did. May 29th, 11 a.m., the American Legion Post 411 will hold a Memorial Day ceremony. The ceremony will be held in Montgomery at the Montgomery County Community Building, located on 14420 Liberty Street in Montgomery. Everyone is invited to attend. I just happen to know that somebody, a local DJ, will be speaking at the event, and there is going to be an exhibit of photos of military life. It should be pretty good.
Like current military life, or just throughout the
Like
ages?
from the Revolutionary War, or Civil War rather, up to current. So if you have any photos, Dan, that you want on display, you know who to get them to, right?
You don't want those photos.
Yeah, we can't do topless stuff. So.
Yeah.
It is a new month. We still have the Bitter Glitter pocket knife giveaway, which I'm not allowed to do on the air, so I'm going to tell you it's a new month. We still have them, so go on over to www.VeteransAir and enter.
Doug, I brought mine today.
You brought yours?
Yes.
Yes, you were the first winner, weren't you?
Yeah, no.
The second
Yes, I was the first winner.
winner? Yeah, a little nepotism
It's
happened.
my MRE opener.
Shout-outs. Shout-outs, Dan.
Oh, my turn.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to our sponsors. Oh, let me give a shout out to our show sponsors before I forget. Veterans Air is made possible by the support of East Meets West Productions, full-service business and marketing consultants, helping vets start and fund their business for 25 years. For more information, call 361-904-0044. And by the American Legion, Conroe Post 411. Post 411 meets the second Tuesday of each month at 7 p.m. at 13614 Poplar Circle, Suite 201, Conroe, Texas. Visit AmericanLegionConroe.org for more information or call 936-207-2401.
Outstanding.
Hey,
And hey, for those of you that don't know where this Popular Circle is,
I don't know where this Poplar Circle is.
go down 105 as if you're heading towards the lake.
Mhm.
And you're going to see this big, huge American flag on the right-hand side. That's 105 storage.
Cool.
The traffic light there, just before 105 storage, and shooter station will be on your right. Turn left.
So we're carpooling, right?
You're coming?
You told me to come.
Yes, I'm making you come.
Yes, you're making me come. I mean, I don't have anything better to do, so I might as well.
Yes, so that's where it's at. I want everyone to be there for the meeting. You're a veteran. We got almost 300 members in the post, so you all come out and support us as we support you. Where am I at? He's telling me 2 minutes. I had 2 minutes. I can close out the show in 2 minutes. You don't think I can?
I don't think you can.
Neither one of them think I can close this in 2 minutes. Watch me.
1.5 minute.
One and
Oh.
1.5 minutes.
Pressure's on.
I'm going to meet my time. I'm going to meet my time exactly. Well, listeners, thank you for listening. Remember, check out VeteransAir.us on the website, or Facebook us at facebook.com/VeteransAir, or call us. You know our number. What is our number, Dan? Our number is 936-344-3083, and we will talk to you. That about wraps up our show. But remember to tune in next month, June 6th at 1 p.m. to Veterans Air. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm going to make Dan come up with something, but it'll be interesting.
Okay.
Now, as we leave here, as always, I want to leave you with this awesome song by the Warrior Project, and you can go download it from our page, VeteransAir.us, or available on iTunes. It's an awesome song. And while we listen to this, let us remember our brothers and sisters in uniform today that are standing in harm's way to stand for our freedoms and for our liberty. If you're wearing the uniform, I want to say thank you. I want to say I'm proud of you. So until next month, stay safe and stay vigilant. You've been listening to Veterans Air.
the zone to be. From a yin to my yang to my yang to Z. Put a grin on my chin when you come to me, 'cause I'll win, I'm a one of a kind, and I'll bring death to the place you're about to be. Another river of blood running under my feet. Forged in a fire lit long ago. Stand next to me, you'll never stand alone. I'm last to leave, but the first to go. Lord, make me dead before you make me whole. I feed on the fear of the devil inside of the enemy faces in my sight. Aim with a hand, shoot with a mind, kill with a heart like Arctic ice.
I am a soldier and I'm marching on.
I am a soldier and I'm marching on.
I am a warrior, this is my song.
I am a warrior and this is my song. I bask in the glow of the rising war. Lay waste to the ground of an enemy shore. Wade through the blood spilled on the floor. And if another one stands, I'll kill some more. Bullet in the breach and a fire in me, like a cigarette thrown to gasoline. If death don't bring you fear, I swear you'll fear these marching feet. Come to the nightmare, come to me. Deep down in the dark where the devil be. In the mall where the jaws and the razor teeth, where the brimstone burns and the angel weeps. Crawl to the gods ever cross your path, and my silhouette hangs like a body bag. Hope is a moment now long past. The shadow of death is the one I cast. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. My eyes are steel and my gaze is long. I am a warrior and this is my song.
We're not just going to shoot the bastard. We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. We're going to murder those lousy bastards by the bushel.
Now I live lean and I mean to inflict the grief, and the least of me is still out of your reach. The killer machine's gonna do the deed.